Yes, hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about solidarity mechanism. So imagine a small club train a kid of 13 years old, they end up receiving thousands of euros. When that kid makes a transfer of about, let's say, 100 million 10 years later. So this small boy that is training at your academy, then you end up receiving money, a huge amount of money later. That is what we call solidarity mechanism. So most of you guys or clubs owners don't know what solidarity mechanism is. So I'm going to break it down into pieces so that you can get to understand what it really is. So sit tight, grab a pen and paper with a little bit of coffee if you like, and then get to know what solidarity mechanism is. Okay, so what is solidarity mechanism actually? So it's a FIFA rule that ensures that 5% of every transfer fee transferred of or every international transfer fee goes to the youth a portion. Let's give an example. It's a FIFA rule that 5% of every transfer, which is an international transfer made by a player you have trained between the age of 12 to 23, you get a certain benefit of the transfer fee. So, did you understand? I repeat again. It's a FIFA rule that ensures that 5% of every international transfer fee goes to the youth club that train the player between the age 12 to 23. So, I hope I made it clear again there. So, it's not paid once. Remember, it's not paid once. This is not training compensation. It's not paid once. It's triggered every time there's a transfer fee made for a player that you train from the age of 12 to 23. So let me give an example of this. Let's take, for example, if you train someone, then that player keeps moving clubs internationally. You keep getting solidarity mechanism. Let's put it that way in a layman's language. So let's go. How does it apply in real life? Let me explain it again more. So every time a player transfer internationally for a fee, it might be whatever transfer fee, 1 million to 5 million, whatsoever. FIFA requires 5% of that transfer fee to be shared among all the clubs that train the players between the age of 12 to 23. So you get. So this is distributed based based on the amount of years the player stayed at their club between 12 to 23. So I'll give an example. If someone stayed at their club for 5 years between this age and then in another club he stayed for 1 year, you that had that player for 5 years, you're going to benefit more than than the club who had that player for 1 year. So that's just basic need. So I hope you guys understand. If you're getting value from this, just try to, oh, sorry, my pen. Anyways, if you're getting value from this, try to leave a comment and also do subscribe. Let's go. Because this is going to help me when you do likes and all those things, so that at least I can keep sharing this knowledge for you people and other people also can get to know what I'm doing here. Okay, so if you come across the channel, do try to make sure you endeavor to write a comment or like and share, and most of it, or subscribe, because I see, let's take for example, I'm having 15,000 subscribers, but I think most of you guys who watch the channel have not really subscribed, or so just try to do that and get the knowledge I keep giving you guys. Okay, but let's do what we're here for, to keep helping you guys improve your knowledge. So real life example, let's look at a real life example of this, of a player that you guys all know. So Kylian Mbappé, let's take an example of Kylian Mbappé. So he grew up in France and he was trained by AS Bondy and Clairefontaine between the age of 12 to 15. Clairefontaine is it's an academy that when the top players in France go there, this is a national academy. People, they pass through there to play through the France national team. This is an academy being made by the France Football Federation. Okay, so between the age of 12 to 15, he was there at AS Bondy, and he used to go to Clairefontaine because he was playing the junior national team levels. So let's take, for example, when he moved to Monaco, when he moved to Paris from Monaco, the transfer fee was 180 million. So as we describe training compensation, 5% of that salary is taken from the transfer fee and distributed to all the clubs that train him from 12 to 23. So inside 180 million, 5% of that salary is like 9 million, which was split across all the club that train him between that age. So between the age of between that time, so the club that trained him were only Bondy and Clairefontaine. So you see that those two had to share the percentage of money also, but depending on how long Mbappé spent at those places. So AS Monaco was his club, although Mbappé was 18, but AS Monaco was a selling club, so they cannot receive a training compensation and a transfer fee. So you that get the transfer fee, you don't receive training compensation, so you get how it works. So this is perfect explanation. So now that you understand this, what solution can we do to keep getting this for young academic clubs who want to build, let me say, build themselves? They are not financially very equipped and they want to build themselves financially, but using training compensation or using solidarity mechanism or other things that FIFA has put advantage of them for them to grow using these resources. So one thing I would say, our advice or I would tell clubs is always know the players you train. Try to put a record. The players you're training that are in your club, write always a record and their names, their passports, and all the record you have of them. Make sure you have someone that from time to time can just cross check where that player is. Is he playing professional? Is he not playing? Because I'll tell you for sure, millions of clubs, a lot of clubs have lose money because when a club transfer, I mean when a player goes, let me say, leave the academy at a certain age, maybe they fell out with the player. Let's give an example. Maybe they fell out with the player and then the player was 13 years, for example. Then the player went on to another academy and turned pro. Then because they are not in speaking term with that player, they forgot about the player because the club doesn't know how the rule works. So normally, if you have someone keeping track on this, you are going to get a lot of money that has been on the table being lost. So this is how it works. So first, that's the first advice. Look for someone to keep record on all the players who pass through the clubs, and from time to time can just go through those documents to see where those players are playing. Have they resigned? Are they still playing? And if they are playing, where are they playing? Are they playing at a professional level? And if there have been some transfer involved, what is your situation when it comes to training compensation? These are the things that you have to do. Employ someone to keep that. So this is a big advantage for smaller clubs and for to benefit. So and for agents, try to also know have your player history so that you can always try to advise them on these kind of issues. So I hope this is very clear for most of you guys. And yes, if you like this video, as I said, turn on the notification, share, subscribe, and like, and keep on watching to learn. For as we always say, knowledge is power. Keep growing your brain because you're going to need this when you're in the boardroom doing a transfer with the sporting directors. Because these days, the world is quite moving fast, and most of the time, the sporting directors are also not patient. They need someone who is very, very smart and sharp and neat to know what he's doing for them to be able to work with the person. So if you're negotiating a transfer, you have to be knowing all these deals of head. So I hope this you understood, and also we keep track of next topic which is coming tomorrow. And I wanted to just say I love to always share this knowledge with you guys because I feel it's going to improve you guys as long as you guys jump on this video and enjoy watching it. So okay, as I said at one time previously, I would love to always give an example. So today the example was Mbappé, so that's why I love this video. And one thing is I'm having an appointment with a member of a club, and I had a little bit of FIFA bash that I did for myself. So this bash actually is FIFA bash with my FIFA ID number. I don't know, it can show here, but anyways, Yes, so this is what I'm going to be putting on my neck when I'm going to the club. So yeah, I got this. So anyways, guys, thanks and talk to you tomorrow. So tomorrow is another day. We'll keep in touch and see you. Have a nice day. Cheers.